Gut wrench, very powerful move, and when it's properly done and properly locked, it's really hard to defend. Now, in order to catch the gut wrench, there are several ways of doing it. So, in order to get my hands all the way down to the belly, if my opponent is flat, I can either, put my hands underneath here, if it's a bit of a gap, and then start moving him until I go all the way down to the belly. I can literally grab on his hips and throw my hand in and lock. Or, if it's someone who's very, restless and moving a lot, I could grab on one of his legs, or I pull here. He's worried about me turning him this way, so very likely he's going to try and turn his hip the other way, Jaden, that way. That's it. He's going to try and turn the other way so he can pull his leg up. Now, as soon as he moves and there's a bit of a gap here, I can put my hand underneath and then lift and get it all the way in. Now the grip, depending how big your opponent's waist is, but very likely, if you're in the same weight division, you should be able to lock around his waist. Now, this is okay, but it's not strong enough because it's going to be a lot of movement around his waist. So this is why it's called the gut wrench, because I need to squeeze his belly and it should be no gaps. And every time I roll, it should get tighter and tighter and tighter. Now, the best one is this grip. So, no thumbs. We go wrist to wrist and we just do this, right? Wrist to wrist and just do this, right? And then when you pull, it becomes tighter. So you don't need your thumbs, you don't need your fingers. It's literally just this. And then the more you pull, the tighter is going to become because your elbows are coming in, all right? You're using your back in order to lock, all right? So I'm not using my hands. My hands are just there to support. I'm using my back in order to lock. The turn is not going to be sideways. It's going to be in an angle. So I'm going to lock underneath. I'm going to create a lot of pressure on this shoulder. I'm going to make him give up this side of, this post. And then I'm going to turn him. And I'm not going to turn him sideways. I'm going to turn him in an angle there. Now, as I said, I'm going to come on this side here, guys, all right? I'm going to come on this side. I'm going to start running my feet, all right? I'm going to run my feet. When I can feel him going. Make sure your arm is out the way, Jaden, yeah? That's it, so I don't pop your shoulder. As soon as I feel him going, I'm going to start turn, and then when I'm halfway, I'm going to arch. So as you can see, we started there. We're going to finish over here, right? So we're going diagonally, not sideways, diagonally. You're right, yeah? I get underneath, I lock, I squeeze hard. I start putting a lot of pressure on this side, right? On this shoulder. And I'm going to be running my feet. I'm going to be pushing with my feet. I'm going to be walking my feet up in order to create a lot of discomfort on this shoulder. So as I said, I'm here. I get underneath. Now I'm going to start bringing my feet over. I'm going to put a lot of pressure here on this shoulder going forward. I'm going to start running my feet. As we start going, I'm going to come here and I'm going to arch. You're right there, Jaden. You are, yeah? This week, we're going to do gut wrench with the arm in. I will show you the traditional one, and then I will show you the one that I like doing myself, and it works pretty much every time, you know what I mean? So, in order to secure the gut wrench here and to collect the arm, so if Luis is like this defending, it's easy for me to just get my arms underneath and then lock. All right? This is quite easy for me. Now, if Luis is flat and he's, kind of no gaps or whatever, I need to come in, I need to grab on Luis, lift him up a bit so I can get the arm in. Now, as soon as I get my arm in, what I'm gonna do here, I have one leg in between Luis's legs. The other leg is gonna go up here. I'm holding this arm in the middle. If you keep your arms out, because normally they'll be out like that. So arms out, yeah, cool. So I need to collect this arm. If I just pull on it, I will struggle to pull. So what I need to do now, I just need to literally block this arm and make Luis move forward, all right? So I'm gonna pretty much put my hand here in front. I'm gonna post on this leg. I'm gonna slowly lift Luis up and I'm gonna push him forward I'm gonna literally just use my knee and I'm gonna slide Luis forward. So as I said, I'm gonna lift him up. I'm gonna get my arm underneath. The other one is gonna go in front. This leg is gonna post. I'm gonna lift Luis up and I'm gonna bump him forward. And now I can collect the arm. As soon as I have his arm, I'm gonna lock. Right? I'm gonna come forward. I'm not gonna roll sideways. I'm gonna roll diagonally. So I'm here, nice and snug on the gut range. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna roll, and as he's coming over, I'm gonna bridge, and I'm gonna take Luis over. Cool. So look, he's flat, per terra, right? Now, I'm gonna get my arm underneath, I'm gonna lift him up, slide to his belly. The other one is just gonna go here in front, and he's gonna post, leg is gonna come up, lift his hips up slightly in the air, and just push him forward. Look. Now I'm gonna get his arm. As soon as I get his arm, I'm gonna come over, and then I'm not gonna roll sideways, I'm gonna roll diagonally, right? And I'm gonna bridge him over. So I'm gonna roll, roll, and then here, I'm gonna arch. I'm gonna take him over. In order to defend the gut range, right, you need to alternate your hips. So if I feel that he's gonna go pretty much that way, I need to turn my hips this way, I need to bring my head up, and I need to pull myself this way. If I feel him going the other way, I need to go the other way, head up, and just pull myself slowly, so I make him really uncomfortable. The motion of me pulling and sliding myself up is gonna make him roll his grip, and that becomes really uncomfortable, right? So if someone has their hands and they're locked in the middle, right? Like this, and then you start rolling, what they're gonna do is gonna pretty much wrist lock them. So it becomes really uncomfortable. So eventually I have to split my grip, readjust. By the time I readjust, he's gonna move. So as I said, I'm here, I'm on the gut range. Now Luis feels that I'm going this way, so he's gonna turn his hips the other way onto your left, and normally he's gonna defend there, you see? Now, as I feel him going, I'm gonna have to split my grip because he hurts anyway, and I need to let go. But I'm not gonna fully give up position, so I'll split my grip, he hurts, I need to let go of the grip, I'm gonna shoot my hand, I'm gonna grab his wrist, and I'm gonna pull it in. As soon as I pull his wrist in, I'm gonna lock like a baseball bat, so like this. I'm gonna bring it to his chest, and I'm gonna, with both hands, I'm gonna hold on it. As soon as I hold on it with both hands, and he's locked in position, I come this way, I literally just hook his leg, like this, I turn sideways, and I expose him. And then I kick him back. And then I go back in the middle, I expose him again. And then I go back. Look, one more time. As I said, I'm on the lock here, right? Luis knows that I'm gonna try and gut range him that way, so he's gonna go, he's gonna roll. Now this is uncomfortable. I need to split my grip, because he hurts. But I'm not gonna fully give away position, I'm gonna shoot my hand, I'm gonna grab the wrist, and I'm gonna bring it to his chest. Baseball bat, like this. I'm gonna come off, and I'm gonna hook this leg. Look, I'm gonna hook the leg close to me, like this. And I'm gonna expose him this way. And I'm gonna kick him back, and I'm gonna come back. And I expose him again, and then again, and that's it, until he's done. So I remember I was young, I don't know, young. And then I've lost several times to this move, and it's very frustrating. You have to be very careful, because if someone brings your arm down to your chest, both hands on it, you are in trouble.